Y'all get on in the live. We have to talk about this. This must be discussed. Mm. Alrighty. So let's get some people in here. I got a couple things to say. No, definitely not. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it. So I'm clearly not the only one who's been disappointed by the UFC white card announcement, right? Clearly not the only one disappointed in that. Now we do have some people who are acting as if this card is amazing or it's really this and that. Thing is, if this was just a regular UFC numbered event, then it would be a good card. Still wouldn't be incredible. We're still hiding Sean O'Malley. We're still not giving Sean O'Malley Umar Nurmagomedov or Corey Sandhagen. We're still keeping Sean O'Malley from two of the most, um, I would say, clamored for fights by the fans. Two of the most clamored for matchups. I mean, we got Sean O'Malley again. You could put him against Umar Nurmagomedov. You could put him against Corey Sandhagen. Both of which fights we would, as fans, love to see. What's up, that girl? Z8B, Spencer Lax 19. What's good? But again, we got Sean O'Malley here. We're gonna put him against what is his name? Zahabi. Zahabi. No offense to Zahabi, but we're putting him against Zahabi when we can put Sean O'Malley against Corey Sandhagen or Umar Nurmagomedov. So just go ahead and scratch that. On top of this, now we got the whole Tom Aspinall situation. Tom Aspinall sitting back this whole time. Now he's got Eddie Hearn. You could have had John Jones. John Jones is the most disappointing fighter that, I mean, when it comes to the what ifs, he just disappoints time and time again. Obviously, he's produced. He's a legend in the sport. But at the same time, look at how many times he's let the fans down. Look at how many times he's let the fans down. Dana White, a lot of people are mad at Dana White. I'm not mad at Dana White. Dana White is nothing but a talking head in this whole thing. And at this point, he's a disgruntled employee. And his job is to be a talking head. But Dana White, he's a disgruntled employee. He does not agree with the direction that the UFC is heading in. He does not agree with a lot of the decisions that are being made in the UFC. And you can tell a lot of people are complaining about how Dana White is no longer enthusiastic about the UFC and all he cares about is power slap, so on and so forth. Okay, that's because this man is in a position where he has basically been the head of this whole operation, bringing it up back in the 90s, right? So he got the Fertitas to go in and do. Y'all know the goddamn story. Dana White seen this thing get built in from the ground up, and he had a big part of that. So he sees where this thing is headed, and he's no longer happy. But he's still collecting a hell of a check. So he's not just going to quit. And again, he still has a lot of invested interest in this whole UFC thing. So he's not just going to tuck tail and run off, take his ball and go home, for example. Dana White isn't going to do that just yet. But at the same time, yes, you can tell he's lackluster about a lot of the shit that's going on with the UFC. But that's again because he's a disgruntled employee. Dana White is not a boss. Dana White does not run the UFC. All Dana White does is go out and deliver the messages that he was told by the boss, so that the boss doesn't have to come out and be the bad guy. And they know what Dana White is at this point. And that's what they use him for. And so now, what we have a couple things that I want to talk about. Tom Aspinall, his whole thing in this. Tom could have easily been stripped, right? If John came back and fought Alex Pereira, like I was actually hoping would happen, if John came back and fought Alex Pereira for the vacant heavyweight championship, which I was hoping was going to happen, which did not, that would have again put Tom Aspinall and the heavyweight position, the heavyweight division, in a interesting spot, especially due to the fact that you have now Francis Ngannou as a free agent. It would have put the heavyweight division in a very interesting spot. But now, guess what we got? We have Cyril Gane and Alex Pereira, Poatan, as the interim fight. But Tom Aspinall, he does not even have a set date for return. He's saying that he still can't fucking see. This motherfucker Tom Aspinall is still parading around here. He's signing fucking contracts, but he says he can't fucking see. How the hell is he signing this? Did he read? Oh, he didn't read the contract. He had somebody read it for him and put his hand down on where to sign the goddamn contract, huh? Because he can't even play with his goddamn kids. Tom Aspinall walking through the goddamn parks of London, wherever the hell he's from, Liverpool, walking through the parks with everything but a goddamn walking stick for the blind. Can't see, but can sign contracts with Eddie Hearn, right? I don't give a damn. Stripped, unstripped, whatever. Tom Aspinall's next fight needs to be against Cyril Gane. And now, what he's just done, he's put himself in a position to possibly duck Cyril Gane. So if Pereira beats Cyril Gane, Tom is coming back to fight Pereira, obviously. But if Gane wins against Pereira, is Tom gonna come back and fight Gane? What is happening here? How the hell are we letting Tom off the hook? We said all this shit about John's pussy ass for ducking Aspinall. Because John definitely ducked the fuck out of Aspinall. He did. But let's also keep that same fucking energy for what Tom is doing right now to Cyril Gane. If you guys go back and look at how Tom talked about Cyril Gane prior, Tom always feared Cyril Gane. And I don't mean he's scared to fight him and all that shit. But no, I mean he had such a respect for Cyril Gane's ability. He even used to look up to him at one point as a fighter, is what I believe he even, if I quote, he said that at one point as well. That Tom himself admired Cyril Gane as, oh, I look up to him in striking and so on and so forth. This is a guy that I admire. You know, either way, you can go back to any of the interviews where he was asked about him. He'll say, "Oh, a lot of people are counting him out and so on and so forth." But This dude is amazing, so on and so forth. His style is um it's a difficult challenge for me to go ahead and to the gym and prepare for. It's not a style that you can just go and it's not a guy that you can count off and write off, right? Cyril Gahn is a formidable threat. And he made that very clear, especially based on his style. Style for style, Cyril's style is challenging for a guy with Tom's style. He's made that clear for a very long time. Tom. So let's make that clear. Now, with that being said, what we have left, we have Ilya Taporia and Justin Gaethje as the headliner of the White House card. Ilya Taporia. I love Ilya Taporia. I love Justin Gaethje. But Justin Gaethje as of late, definitely not feeling him. I'm not feeling his sense of entitlement. He's already a fucking Ali Abdullah sleazeball signee. So we know he's on some fucking bullshit. He's got the Dana White privilege or the Dana White supremacy, whatever the hell you want to call it. Justin Gaethje has all that shit. Him and the Ali Abdelaziz behind the back bullshit, they got all that shit going, right? Justin Gaethje is one of them. Ilya Taporia is a rising star. I really love Ilya Taporia's style. I like his interviews, all of that. I don't have anything bad to say about him other than the fact that this whole hiatus with the wife and all that shit, I could have done without knowing all that shit, right? But I think this here is just such a letdown based on the way that the UFC had been talking about this whole White House event. This is just a letdown for a main event. I don't even think anybody expects this to be competitive. I don't think anybody expects this fight to go out of the first round or in Justin Gaethje's favor. Could it happen? Sure. But that's not what anybody's expecting. Press 1 in the chat if you're expecting Justin Gaethje to come out on top in this fight. Press 1 in the chat if you believe that Justin Gaethje is going to come out. Okay. All right. So then they threw Bo Nickel on the fucking card as well. They got Bo Nickel and Michael Chandler and Sean O'Malley against nobody that we want to see him fight. We got Bo Nickel against nobody we want to see him fight. Diego Lopez and all this shit. This card is not a good card in comparison to what we were supposed to get. Even if this wasn't a White House card, it would not be a great card. It'd be a good card. This is just on any given night. This is a good card for sure. I'd watch it on a good. But for the White House card, I'm not going to lie. The only two fights that I want to see are the main and co-main event, and I don't even necessarily want to see them that bad. I don't. I'm not itching to see the. I have zero anticipation built up for the White House card now. The air has been completely deflated when it comes to anticipation built up for this White House card. It is what it is. If I'm not busy, I'll watch some of it, but I'm not going to be planning my day around this bullshit. I promise you that. I promise you I'm not going to be planning my Sunday around this bullshit Freedom 250. And now, to get back to the UFC 326. Any of you out here talking about my boy Charles Oliveira do Bronx, saying that he's not a BMF, sit your ass down. Go watch boxing, kickboxing, or what is that shit? Karate combat or bare knuckle boxing. Go watch some of that shit. Striking only. Don't come over to the UFC and then dog the fighters. Don't come to MMA and then dog the fighters who actually are MMA fighters and use MMA techniques to win fights. If Charles DuBronx goes out there and dominates your favorite fucking fighter called Max Holloway, then guess what? That's Max Holloway's fault. Because if Charles Oliveira's skill set in MMA enables him to go out there and hold Max Holloway down for 20 something minutes of the fight, then that's Max Holloway's fucking fault. Be mad at Max. Boo Max. Say, Max, you're not the fucking BMF. If that's the case, don't fucking say Charles Oliveira isn't a BMF because he went out there and got that shit done in a way that you didn't know could happen to your boy. Don't down Charles for that shit. Charles went out there and got the fucking job done in dominating fashion. Flawless fucking victory style. Very, very well. Very, very dominant victory. In fact, you can't talk about BMF. I heard some bitch ass motherfucker talking about this is the worst possible BMF fight that we've had. Did you not remember the first fucking BMF fight that we had with Nate Diaz and fucking Masvidal when it got called off for a fucking eye cut? That was so fucking anticlimactic. That was the most anticlimactic fucking like Tom Aspinall. Ooh, that was. I think Tom's was more I don't know. Those were two of the most anticlimactic moments in UFC in the last 10 years, probably. Maybe if we could stretch the shit out. If you want to really think into it, let me know. Show me some more anticlimactic moments than that shit. Right? But again, here we are. Charles Oliveira, known for one, he has the most submissions, the most finishes in UFC. But we're going to see, and then he went out there and dominated Max. Dominated him. And we're going to sit here and pretend like that wasn't a BMF performance on the side of Charles Oliveira? No, motherfucker. If it wasn't a BMF performance on anybody's behalf, it was on behalf of Max, which I love Max. So I said it to downplay Max. He is a BMF. But what Charles did was show who's the real BMF in that fucking octagon. That's what he did. What's more BMF than holding a man down and telling him when he can get up and cannot get up? That's BMF. So you motherfuckers out here who don't know shit about anything, talking about Charles Oliveira isn't a BMF, go watch something else. Because you're watching the wrong shit. I can promise you that now. You're watching the wrong shit. Whew. Alright. I'm about done cooking for now. Unless we got some more questions. What's up, Bloom Squish? That girl Z8B, we said what's going on. Somebody spamming my shit. Unsee Glazer. I don't know what the hell that is. Glazer. That's kind of weird. I might have to block these and get up out of there. We're going to just remove. But what's up? Santos Romero 3220. What's going on? But yeah, if we don't have any more dialogue going, I'm just going to hop on off of here. Wrap it up. And y'all let me know what you think as well. Let me know. All right. Wrap it up. MMA House on MMA Block. We're in the middle of MMAville. And yes, we keep it real.